Hello everyone. If you want to become a DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, or a system admin, there is one skill that you absolutely must learn before anything else, and skills is Linux. Today, a huge portion of our internet runs on a Linux servers. Some reports estimates that more than 90% of cloud infrastructure and servers are powered by Linux. Large companies such as Google, Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, and Twitter all rely heavily on Linux systems to run their application and infrastructure. Even modern DevOps technologies such as Docker containers, Kubernetes clusters, CI/CD pipelines, and cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, GCP are built on top of the Linux systems. Because of this, Linux has become one of the most essential skills for everyone who wants to work in DevOps, cloud computing, or backend infrastructure. In this video, we are starting a new series called Linux for DevOps Engineers. In this series, we will learn Linux step by step from beginner level to advanced topics like system monitoring, networking, troubleshooting, and shell scripting. If you who are preparing for DevOps career, or if you simply want to understand how servers works in a real world, this series will help you build a strong Linux foundation. So let's begin. Hello everyone. So welcome to the channel. On this channel, we'll learn DevOps tools like Linux administration, cloud technologies, and automation step by step with the practical examples. In this Linux series, we'll focus not only on commands but also on understanding how Linux works in real production environments. We'll explore topics that DevOps engineers use every day while managing servers, deploying applications, and troubleshooting system issues. If you are interested in learning Linux and DevOps in practical way, make sure to subscribe the channel so that you don't miss upcoming videos in the series. So first, what is Linux? So Linux is an operating system, is a piece of software that manages the hardware resources of a computer and allows users to interact with the system. Some common examples of operating system includes Windows, macOS, Linux. When you use your computer, the operating system acts as a bridge between the user and the hardware components such as CPU, memory, storage devices, and network interfaces. For example, when you open a file on your computer, the operating system communicates with the storage device and retrieves that files. When you run a program, the operating system allocates CPU and memory resources to the program so that it can execute properly. Linux performs exactly the same role as other operating systems, but it has been designed in a way that makes it highly stable, secure, and efficient. Because of these characteristics, Linux is widely used in servers, cloud infrastructure, and enterprise environments. So, the Linux kernel at the center of the Linux operating system is something called the Linux kernel. The Linux kernel is the core component of the operating system. It is responsible for managing communication between software applications and hardware components. The Linux kernel performs several important tasks such as CPU scheduling, memory management, device communication, and process management. Whenever a program needs system resources, it communicates with the kernel. The kernel then interacts with the hardware and provides the necessary resources to the application. Because of the efficient design of the Linux kernel, Linux system can handle thousands of processes simultaneously and operates reliably even under the heavy workload. This is one of the reason Linux is widely used in data centers and large scale computing environments. We'll see now history of the Linux. Linux was created in 1991 by Linus Torvalds. computer science students from Finland. He wanted to create a free operating system similar to the Unix that could run on personal computers. So Linux is an open source. Its code is publicly available. Over the time, Linux evolved into one of the most powerful and flexible operating system available today. Today, Linux powers web servers, supercomputers, cloud infrastructure, embedded systems, and mobile devices. Even Android smartphones use the Linux kernel. This demonstrates how versatile and powerful Linux has become over the years. Linux has become powerful divided because of this is open source, publicly available and modified by anyone. Its source code. Companies create customized distributions like Ubuntu, RedHat, CentOS, Debian, and Amazon Linux. It is highly stable. Systems run continuously for weeks or months without a reboot. It is critical for production environments where downtime causes major problem. It is secure, strong permission system and user management prevents unauthorized access to system files. It is efficient and lightweight. So Linux is available in many different versions called distributions. So some of the most popular Linux distributions include Ubuntu, Red Hat, Amazon Linux. Ubuntu is often recommended for beginners because it is easy to use and has large community. Red Hat Enterprise Linux is widely used in the enterprise environments because it offers commercial support and stability. Amazon Linux is optimized for running workloads on AWS cloud infrastructure. It is basically mostly on AWS cloud. Each distribution is built on the top of the Linux kernel, but may include different tools and configuration depends on its large case use. Now let's talk about why Linux is extremely important for DevOps engineers. So DevOps engineers manage servers, automate deployments, monitor applications, and maintain infrastructure. Most modern applications are deployed on Linux servers, like Docker containers run on Linux-based system. Kubernetes cluster also run on Linux nodes. Many CI/CD tools such as Jenkins are installed on Linux servers. Because of this, DevOps engineers spend a large amount of time interacting with Linux systems using terminal. So, so now I will show you Linux terminal. We'll see some basic commands in it. Yeah, so this is the Ubuntu terminal. We'll check the Linux kernel version using command uname-a. So this is the Linux version, kernel version. You can check who you are using who am I command. So I have logged in here as a root user. You can check your hostname using hostname command. So this is my hostname. Or if you want to check your system uptime from which time system is up and running, so you can run uptime commands and check. So this is system is up since 9 hours 38 minutes for total. So two users are there and this is system load average. So yeah, this is the basic some of the commands and Linux terminal. So from next video in this series, we'll learn about the Linux file system hierarchy and understand how files and directories are organized. We'll explore basic Linux commands for navigating the file systems and managing files. We'll learn about user and group management in Linux. We'll understand how to monitor CPU uses, memory uses, and disk uses. We'll also learn about some basic networking commands log analysis techniques, and file transfer methods. After that, we'll learn shell scripting so that we can automate tasks in Linux environment. By the end of this series, you will have a strong Linux foundation that will help you in your DevOps day-to-day life. Yeah, so this is that's it for this video. In this video, we'll learn about Linux in why Linux is widely used in servers and why Linux is an essential skill for DevOps engineer. In the next video, we'll explore the Linux file system hierarchy and understand its important directories such as root, home, and etc. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe the channel, and also if you have any suggestions for me, how can I improve the video qualities or sound or any other things, you can suggest me in the comment section. So thank you for watching. I will see you in next video.